Cause I'm a stone cold country till the day I die. All these girls around here wanna take a ride in my pickup truck, jacked up real high. Don't be upset, it's just a day in the life of a hardcore man from the deep, deep south. Tattoos on my arm and tell you all about where I come from. Y'all sing along about living in a badass country song.
Back to the Lodge is brought to you by Icey-Tek USA.
It's the 7 o'clock hour here in West Tennessee. I'm Patrick.
Yeah, I'm Will.
I'm Nick.
And we are back to the freezing lodge.
It's kind of cold, yeah.
It's a little chilly tonight. If you're just tuning in, it's probably 40 degrees in here. Maybe 38.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's cold.
Apparently, there's a new design on propane tanks that doesn't allow you to thread a heater in. So even though we know
anyway, I don't know.
We know it's left-hand thread, but it's
it doesn't like us.
It's not being very cooperative. Mm-hmm. So Nick, if you flip to Nick's camera, Nick's even got his duck gear on. He's got.
I do.
He's got his Drake.
He's got bibs ready to go.
Freezing in here.
It's a little chilly.
I came prepared today
because
I knew that the day that we what was it, Friday, we were in here. Dude, it was freezing all day in here.
Well, we
and
just
I was
got out
not
of an ice storm.
Yeah, I was going to say
that's true. That's true. But it didn't go anywhere, so it's still in here. And this building holds cool air.
No,
it does.
Only this time of year.
Yes.
Well,
it holds hot air.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, it holds nothing.
Yeah. Whatever it is outside, it is inside.
But the good news is what Nick's referring to on Friday. He showed up in his Drake bibs as we got slammed. But real quick before we get into that, check us out. If you're listening to us, hit that follow button, the little blue thumb, the red hearts. Follow us here at Facebook. You can also follow us at Instagram at Back to the Lodge. You can follow Gilly on the Talk.
At Back to the Lodge.
There you go. And then check out our website at backtothelodge.com. We got, the new website's been up now for a few weeks. Good news is the rest of the SHOT Show videos are getting uploaded this week. Our producer was out, and one of our producers was out. The other one was present, but he's out.
Unloading trucks.
But so
we've
Nick,
been busy.
Nick showed up Friday, as everybody's been waiting for the 2022 season for Icey-Tek. We are fully stocked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, we are. And if you'll notice in front of them, there is the brand new tumblers.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You do the Vanna.
Yep. I'll even put a little product photo up on the screen. Look at that.
Yeah, look at you.
Look at that.
Pretty, probably.
Up, man.
I can't see it, but I imagine it looks good.
Well, wait just a few seconds and you will.
Well, anyways, give us a little shout out. Let your friends know to tune in. The fun's going to start here in the next week. As we finally got our video feed fixed for viewers, for guests. Yeah. However, iPhone does not like the link.
No, it doesn't. Something about it.
Mine does.
Something about it just is not liking the iOS update.
Don't start speaking another language.
The new iPhone update. It's just not liking it.
Yeah,
so much easier to say.
But anyways, we're going to get all that resolved. We'll start bringing some guests on. If you got guests you want to bring in, send us a private message. Let us know. We're already working on booking guests. We've got a couple we thought of today, but it's just been a busy day because we've been slammed as Nick got his first stab at unloading trucks. Nick, you showed up Friday morning. The trucks of coolers were just lining up to come in. You had your bibs on. I looked at you and said, you're going to sweat your ass off.
And I fully did not. I mean, I showed up to work in those, not to work in those.
It's the right here.
But I told you, I was like, because that morning the roads were covered in ice, and I said, man, I prepare for the worst. Like if I ended up in a ditch, man, I got to be out in this cold for a while. And so
he just sit there waiting.
I mean, what else could I do?
Shoe Leather Express, baby.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's true, but that's where the bibs come in.
Well, you'd be warm, man.
I would be warm.
Yeah.
So that's the point.
Too warm.
Now
I was down to a T-shirt in like 30 minutes.
Oh, 100%.
So how was it, Nick? I mean, honestly, the first truck. So if you're at home, when you buy an Icey-Tek cooler, you get your cooler. Mm-hmm. When we make and deliver our Icey-Tek coolers to the distribution center, there's cooler within a cooler within a cooler. Yep. So each unit is anywhere from 275 to 400 plus pounds.
Super heavy.
Easily.
And these are light coolers, like generally light coolers. But when you stack a bunch of light things together.
So, for instance, the 680 quart cooler, inside of that has a 270 quart cooler. Inside of that has 3 25 quart coolers, and they all have to be opened and repackaged. So, Nick, you got your gym in that day.
Absolutely.
I got my gym in that day is an understatement. Like, heavily.
So, were you able to glue together the time-lapse videos, or is it just one? Like,
it's just one.
Just one.
Yeah,
is this like one. Truck 2?
This is technically truck 2. Yes.
Truck 2. Okay, so
and I shortened it so that it's just not 35 seconds of just a time lapse. I shortened it to a 10-second clip.
Okay, well, go ahead and run the 10-second clip so people can see what that craziness is.
There
like.
it is.
Somebody didn't turn their vibrate off.
I wonder who.
So there's that.
Was that it? Because we can't see.
Yeah.
So that was the quick run. I have no idea what you just saw, but
to put this into perspective, do you know roughly how many units are on one truck?
Couple hundred.
Okay,
so couple hundred combined units.
So none of these are on pallets.
No.
So we all have to unload them by hand.
It's stacked like Jenga,
and we only have 1 hour.
Yep, correct. 60 minutes.
And it is, excuse my language, it is balls to the wall for an hour solid.
Do you know where that term came from?
Truck 2 was 59 minutes and like 30 seconds.
Okay, so here's your useless knowledge of the day. All right, we won't ask about your mom tonight. Balls to the wall was a terminology used back World War I, World War II.
When he was a kid.
So when it was time... When it was time to go and take off with a bomber, the throttles had balls on the end of them.
Okay.
So to accelerate the aircraft, you had to push the balls to the wall, and that meant
look
get
at
to
there.
hustling.
And thus the expression was born.
There you go. So there's your useless information of a great term we still use today.
I will gladly pass that on.
What was that show? Somebody ruins everything.
Adam
ruins
everything.
There you go. So call me Adam. So there you go. So we were unloading the coolers. Nick got his workout in about halfway in the first container. Looks like I'm gonna throw up, man.
Oh, dude, like it.
I was trying to make that happen.
So we had 3 containers that day. If I had to label them from worst to best,
worst.
Shut up. But if I had to label them, the first truck was the worst because I felt the worst. The second truck.
Was that
it had the bigger coolers on it, so it was
heavier.
Yes.
Was that the greasy food from breakfast kicking in?
Could have been.
Let's see. No. Yeah.
It might have been.
So today we ended up loading another trailer. One of our good clients down from the Houston area in Texas, Frio Hydration. They're OEM. They make the hydration systems for high school and college sports. More on this football side. But they actually last year patented, or no, now it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
This is year 3 for COVID. They patented the hands-free hydration system for sports teams. So if you're an athletic director, football coach, soccer coach, anything else, outdoor sports where you need to hydrate your players with multiple tubes and hoses, now there's a hands-free system. Check out Frio Hydration down in Spring, Texas. Ron McFarland's the CEO and president. He will get you hooked up. And I know they're sitting on dozens of back orders right now.
Yeah.
Because it's just that's kind of become the norm is this new hands-free system. So your teammates, your players, the school itself, they're using them for other things, not just schools. I mean, there's training facilities, gun ranges.
I mean, it is cleaner. It is
and it's ice
safer,
cold.
and it's definitely cold.
And it's self-contained.
Right.
You don't have to do anything. Once you fill it up, take it out to the field, that's it. It's self-contained. So the pumps, the power, everything. Really, really slick idea, real slick system.
I wish I'd have thought of it, but
And he uses the best damn coolers in the country. So
that's
there you go.
maybe all over.
Yeah.
Maybe the best coolers anywhere.
Absolutely. Speaking of
Speaking
cooler
of
companies, we won't name any names. But damn, somebody raised prices this week.
Look,
Wasn't us.
the bottom, the bottomest line of all is, look, it's 2022. Nobody either you have money or you don't. You have credit, you don't. Whatever. People are looking for value, and when you can buy something once and just keep it,
Yep.
that's great. But don't just buy something just for a name or just for a commercial or an infomercial or whatever it is.
Be somebody who gets it.
Right. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this. And for people that don't understand, Icey-Tek is a huge, it's a huge sponsor of the show, has been since the beginning. And we really believe in everything that, obviously that's why we're all here, is believing in what Icey-Tek does and believing in that product. It's something that we use.
You know what I don't believe in? Website coding and programming.
Oh, yeah, no.
We've spent all day today. If you check out Icey-Tek.com, everything is up to date. You're welcome. Not happy about it. I did not fare well with the stress on that. That drove me nuts. But anyways, I see some of the comments. People are asking about the War Hippies. If you're not familiar with the War Hippies, Scooter Brown went and formed a little badass group called the War Hippies. I talk to Scott regularly. We are going to have them back on the show. But he's been pretty busy, and I've sent him out west where he's even busier. So, but he's met some really cool friends.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and we'll let a little bit of that cat out of the bag. We sent him out to California, and he's like, "What, really, Cali?" I said, "Yeah, man." So he gets there. He's with a buddy of mine, Mike Anderson, and they start texting me pictures back, and he's having a great time with Mike Tyson. I'm like. And then, of course, the text I get, "Wish you were here." Like, no shit.
You're not the only one that wishes that.
Yeah, so he's having a good time. They're doing great things. We look forward to having them back on the show. That's an easy peasy.
Right. Scott was here about, a year ago?
Yeah, it's probably been about a year, maybe a little longer. But he'll be due to come back in. We've got some others. See, Scott will actually come on the show. But some of the others, they want to do the phone-in thing. And
that's fine. That's it. We can still get everybody in.
Time and travel. How the hell? What?
Figured that out.
You could at least filled the cups up.
We got some. We got some Grandpappy's old.
No.
That's not Grandpappy's.
Pain medicine over here.
You know what? We do have a jar we could bring on this show one time, but I think we need to wait for Heath to get down here. And we're going to need a hillbilly Uber.
Say what?
It's going to be shining bright in here, Nick.
Oh.
You remember what happened last time? You didn't get up. Well, that's every time. But
it's going to be fun.
Justin said you had one job. You put empty cups in front of us.
Hey.
I'm thirsty. I'm so thirsty.
I will leave this set and go get my drink.
We got it covered over here, don't we? Don't we, Will?
Wait, how long is the video that you have lined up to show the inventory?
Long enough.
How long is it? Oh, you don't know.
These videos don't have a second meter.
Your legs
on them,
are like 8 feet. You're 2 steps from the parking lot.
You know what?
We're gonna try this. You can go ahead and show everybody the new video that you put together.
Take your headphones
This
off.
got a little music too, right?
No.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, it's not that one.
Oh.
I was worried about copyright thing.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, go.
Set.
Go.
Go.
Dang.
Cut the audio out.
Dude, that was... I did that perfect
I
time.
ran. It's
empty.
this day just keeps getting better.
That's only your luck.
Personally, I love it.
Caffeine bad.
And hey,
Hey.
I'm thinking ahead.
Do you have any more of those?
I'll be back.
Yeah,
Are you getting a dreamsicle?
grab him one.
No. What is that?
I want one of those
One of
orange
these.
ones, yeah. All right, cool. Now we can talk
I think
about
it's
Nick.
just off. Yeah, right.
We talk about him when he's in the room.
Um,
So let's get to the comments for a second. So Walter, Shane Moore, don't forget about Stephen James Sutherland. Yep. We'll have look, if they all come in, that's great.
that'd be sweet.
New logos. Yes, Justin. So you got a good point there. So the new logos we switched to this year.
Yep.
We've been trying to softly roll that out over the last year, but this year we fully launched it. And as you can see, I don't know if they can.
You're probably leaning into it, I think.
I didn't need two.
No, I still have one, boss. This is number 2 for the day. I think I should probably just be done after that.
Here that they'll stay. They'll stay good.
Trying to see how much caffeine's in here.
Oh, it's enough.
300.
Oh, it's enough.
300.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So
Okay.
Those are actually my Christmas present from from Nick. He walks in, he's like,
Oh,
"Guess
yeah.
what I got you?" And I was like,
he knows us well.
"You
He gets
shouldn't have."
Get you energy drinks. He got me barbecue sauce, which got put to use last night.
I do love caffeine.
Did you try it?
No, but we put barbecue sauce to use last night.
Yeah.
I didn't open it. I forgot about it. I cooked for Frio last night, but I had other sauce that was about to expire anyway.
Oh,
So I was
okay.
like, okay, I'll grab that. And then I was like, shit. I
Oh, that's
forgot
fine.
You bought
Save
some.
it.
That's fine.
You save the best for last.
Yes.
There
Right.
you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. Speaking of food,
Will.
Right.
can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. I can't finish that, but we'll put an exclamation point after that.
But
Don't
yeah,
do
we're
that.
gonna have some shenanigans. There's some events coming up. We are not gonna let the cat out of the bag on those. But we got some also formal philanthropic stuff that Gilly here is gonna go to.
Yep. That's
I want pictures, or it didn't happen.
Hey, look, I might be the only one at that damn table, but I'll tell you what.
You wearing a tuxedo?
Only the finest.
I wish.
Tuxedo top,
No. So one of them.
silky shorts.
So people understand. One of them is called Denim and Pearls. So it's like a black tie and blue jeans kind of event.
I'll be at that one.
Yeah. And then the one later in the month is Carl Perkin Exchange Center in Jackson, Tennessee. It's for anyway. They help provide resources for abused children and families or families that have had children that were abused, and for the prevention of child abuse. Of course, Carl Perkins is a real one. He's a Jackson native. For anybody that doesn't know, he wrote songs for everybody.
And we've been a regular supporter with product. This is the first I actually knew about the full thing. So
Right. Well, they do it every year, but with COVID,
maybe they didn't do it last year.
with COVID and everything, Denim and Pearls is for RAP, which is the Women's and Men's Rape and Resource Assistance Program, and that's nationwide. I don't even know what to expect.
Oh, the hearts are flying now.
Oh wow!
Tony said he's going to wear his America Kitty tank top.
I will probably not to these events, but that will be a regular thing on the show.
That comment needs to go on the screen, by the way.
Regularly, once it gets warm enough, to not die while I'm sitting here at the table. But yeah, it's an awesome thing. But because of COVID for 2 years in a row, they do a big auction and everything else to raise money, and it was all video online and stuff. So this is kind of the first year back since 2019, I guess. So. And it's going to be like that with a lot of events around the country with, people are just getting back into it. So they're hopefully going to have good turnouts at lots of philanthropic events all over the country. So it's easier when you're there and you can have that experience and you get kind of the emotional tie and the emotional connection to people that are speaking and stuff. You can't get everything online. So hopefully 2022 will be better for everybody.
And we're going to be soon. We don't want to say a date because we haven't finalized one yet, but soon we will have a nice Icey-Tek outdoor venue event coming up.
Yeah.
which will involve some food and some bangs and some
chicken wings. I had to freaking
You had that loaded.
Sorry.
You had that just ready to go.
Had
He's
to.
been sitting over here just like that meme of the dude who's like, when you haven't said something in a long
Yeah,
time.
I'm sorry, I ruined it.
Walter. Walter comments said, "Play some Scooter during the break." Two problems: one, we don't take breaks, and two, you can't play music on Facebook. It's called copyright, and they like to shut us down. We've done dumber shit, and they've shut us down.
Yeah. They don't like
Oh, yeah.
they don't like good shenanigans. I don't know for sure where you're going with the event thing. I don't want to spill
I didn't either. I just kept going.
any beanses, but I'll bring it up. So I mean, part of this episode is about getting back to our roots. I mean, Icey-Tek started it all. It started a whole industry, and it's without Icey-Tek, Back to the Lodge wouldn't be here. Without Icey-Tek, you wouldn't be in Tennessee.
That's true.
I mean, I wouldn't have met you and graced your life with my presence. And I don't know why you're laughing. I mean, literally, we might not all be here. And with Heath and everybody else, I mean, some of these things would have never come to be. So one thing that I mean, everybody knows I'm a gut nut. I'm a shooting sports guy. We're all about getting kids back into the outdoors and families together and doing the thing. So one thing that I'm pushing in 2022 and on forward is the shooting sports. We had the trap shoot, the last one in 2021. And, we're working with some, I won't say any names yet, but we're working with some great companies on some great products. And we're going to go out and we're going to represent all of the philanthropic people that we can and everybody that we work with. Because a positive environment.
The big point here, and I'm just echoing kind of what you said, truthfully, but with Icey-Tek starting an entire industry of coolers, the whole fad of rotomold coolers, and there was companies that turned into a fad, basically.
A poop.
But be nice. I'm being nice.
I'm not.
But anyways, it started something, and what that movement was hunters and fishermen can get out in the field and actually not lose what they just harvested.
Right.
And, for us, and since 2019, 2018, and moving forward, it's about being genuine and getting, like you said, back to those roots, those grassroots of those who get it. People that, look, there's stores out there, there's big box stores out there that if you've got a great product, you make a can, right? And the can's a really good can, that store will go manufacture that can and sell it under their brand and put you out of business.
Yep.
Because they can maximize profits. And if you're familiar with any patent laws, you really only got to change 10% of the design.
Right.
So,
but you got to reference it.
Look, it's a dog-eat-dog world, but it's time. Like, there's so much negativity, there's so much division. It's time to put the people at the top, at the front of the line, in front of the screen, the phone, the app, the social media, that are making a difference, a positive impact, because negativity is so damn contagious. And look, man, I'm telling you, I've been working on that damn website all day. I was getting negative. I finally got done. I'm like, all the products are updated. Everything's done.
Yep.
And then I was like, damn, I'm going to have to do this again in a few weeks. But it is what it is.
We're here, and that's I stay pretty positive about most things because I'm not what do you call it, cocky or whatever, but I genuinely enjoy being me. I like making people laugh.
I think the word is funny.
Funny, it may be, but I like making people laugh. I like making myself laugh. I do whatever pops into my head as long as it doesn't negatively affect somebody else. But in everything that we do, I'll toot our horn for a second. And everything that we do, we try to bring everybody that we support and that supports us with us everywhere we go.
Yep.
And if that happens to be Vegas or wherever, hopefully some competitions later in the year and stuff like that. If wearing short shorts and patriotic attire and whooping up on the game gets one more hit on this charity's website or something like that, or one more, well, what is that? And they look into it, good. Like, I mean, that's, you can't break that kind of positivity.
That's what it's about.
Right. And if you tell me anybody can argue or tell you whatever they want, But if you don't like what they're saying, don't listen. I mean,
much.
that's look. There are going to be so many people that try to, dude, we're small. That's like when I'm talking about some of these good companies. People are gonna see once we start, naming names and releasing stuff that they aren't. A lot of them aren't the number one super big companies that you would think of, because they don't want to play ball with. Some of them don't want to play ball with real people doing real things. They want the clout, and if you don't have the clout, that's just it. And to be honest, there are better products out here. And you said it best. Sometime last year during an episode, we were talking about hunting and how, a common thing, especially when people move down here, from other places, they're like, well, I can't get into hunting. I don't have $1,000. I don't have $2,000. I don't have all this. Nope. You don't have to do that. And that's, I will let this out of the bag. One thing that we're going to be doing later in the year when it's not 12 degrees outside is showcasing some of these companies that make products that are worthwhile and that are worth buying. Nope. That you don't have to sell your car to get your kid into the outdoors. Yep. You find some public land, whatever, and we'll help you get to that point where you can have that. You can have the memories that we're talking about, like when you took your kids out and stuff. Those memories last a lifetime. You shouldn't have to skip a mortgage payment to just, again, different industry, same idea, just to buy a name to brag about to your buddies. I'll take something cheap.
And look, we're not taking away from the fact that there are costs. I mean, there's
sure,
always a cost to building, making anything.
Absolutely.
And, I still think, and it's just going to be, it's always going to be the cooler business. And they go, well, I'm not paying $180 for a cooler. Sure. It's plastic. Sure, but it's the way it's built. Mm-hmm. It's the labor that goes into it. And time is money. Yep. So when you look at everything going on, some people have to raise prices. We raised prices last year because we're getting to the point where we're actually losing money on certain products. And I'm not going to say which one it is, but there's a product that we don't make a penny on.
I was talking about it earlier.
It just happened that way.
I'm going to paraphrase.
There's too many companies driving loss leaders, and there's legalities to that too that we have to look into. But that's the world we live in. But to another degree too, it's also not right. I mean, it is right. People do it, but I don't agree with it. Is that some folks can just say, well, it cost me $5 to make it. I'm going to sell it for $5,000.
Sure. And look, I mean, it's capitalism. Go for it.
That's capitalism.
If somebody will do it, if somebody will buy it for that.
But you best believe I'm going to compete.
Right. If there's as good of a product, and I hate to go to the comments, but Justin's comment was perfect. The average Joe type stuff. At one point you could get started hunting with just a quarter of one paycheck. It was it was so simple. And why can't it be anymore? The way that I hunt, the way that I grew up hunting, I mean, I've hunted in great blinds and pits and everything else. But what I go back to for my peace of mind and my enjoyment is we sit at the edge of a cornfield, the edge of a cut field. I hunt with a 69, a rifle made a year after my dad was born. And we just sit there and you cut up and you enjoy yourself, and it's back to the basics, back to our roots, and you just hunt. I mean, it doesn't have to be this overcomplicated high-speed thing that everybody tries to make it, and that's where some of the social media things that you see on, you don't have to just look at, it's all big and sparkly and cool. Some stuff just works, and it's just damn worked for decades and decades, and if it still works, you make it better. You adapt over time. Some things have to change. The world changes, but you don't have to keep buying the biggest and the best and most expensive just to keep up with the Joneses. That's not what we're about. Icey-Tek gives a quality product at an affordable price, a one-time buy. I mean, it's not like you're buying plastic wrap for a barbecue or something, and you buy the most expensive kind you can just so you have that brand. Who cares? Right. If it works, it works. You're gonna throw it away anyway. If it's an investment, with whether it be hunting or fishing or whatever it is, when you go fishing, you don't go spend $200 and throw everything away on the way back to the truck. we take care of things. You know, we make things last, and you make things work. And if somebody doesn't have anything and they want to get involved, just take them out. If that's something you're comfortable with and you have permission and all that stuff, you know, whatever the case may be, take them out. Introduce people to new things. You know, if they want to experience something and you have the ability to help them, you know, feel that experience, get that memory, why not? And that's what this is all about. You can socially distance, put them in a different blind.
Right.
8 feet.
Yeah.
I don't know what the measurement is. I don't listen to all that, but you know, sit whatever 10 feet away, whatever you got to do. There are ways to do things, you know, without just thinking about ourselves and you know, we want to complain what's on TV and everything else. Let's make it better. I mean, it's a soapbox, but look, we have the ability to make other people happy. Why not?
If you're waiting for me to jump in,
Well, go for it.
I'm lost.
Got
So
on-
there
got
was
on
a
the hunting
comment,
thing, make
and
it
he
better.
got on a soapbox, but I was reading Justin's comment after you said Justin's comment, and my ADHD kicked in, and it said something about jumping out of a helicopter with a tumbler, and I was hung up there because Heath is going to be. I think something needs to happen.
Do I get to do it, or somebody else have to do it?
No, I'm saying Heath will be in a helicopter soon. He should
Oh, yeah.
jump out of it.
For those who get it.
For those who get it.
So Heath, Justin said something about jumping out of a helicopter with a tumbler. How many times can you do that?
I mean, it's worth attempting.
Okay, there's a comment right there. Doug Ainsworth, Nick, if you can get that one. Took 2 deer this year with a 30-year-old 30-30, bought from Kmart.
Yep.
Don't need top names. That is exactly what
Yep.
we're talking about.
And I know them personally, and their situation, they've got a hunt camp, old school hunt camp. They sit around the fire, you know, for the week. You work your ass off all week.
I'm about to sit around a fire.
You work your ass off all week, and on the weekend, you spend time together. I mean, you enjoy
Yeah.
life together. He's hunting with his boy. It just that's what things are about. I mean, that's what this is about, is resetting.
The comment wars, man, these guys are going at it.
Hey, more power to them. I mean, they're all, just about all of them are smart asses.
Justin said Heath ain't getting out of no helicopter. He can barely walk up the stairs. The old man. And then he said, stop picking on the old man.
He's upset because he realized he's older than my dad. That was where that happened back in the comments.
God, I'd hope so.
Yeah,
How old are you?
29.
Cool, I'm not old enough to be your dad.
The grand version of my dad.
No.
Granddad, that's what that was called. Papa.
Yeah. It's not what you called me last night. Are we forgetting anything else?
I
Covered
mean,
the inventory, the SHOT Show stuff coming out. This summer, there's going to be some cool stuff.
look, we talked about people
Don't do that.
you know, talking about guests and stuff. If people have a favorite product and stuff like that, reach out to us on that too. Look, I mean, this is gonna sound terrible, but I don't care. Like, I'll try anything once,
He really will.
you know, and I mean, it's one of those things.
Except for
If it's a good, except for what?
Certain shellfish.
Yeah, no, don't eat that stuff. But
Or anything
No,
that
I mean,
has
if
suction cups.
no,
What?
talking about that calamari.
Oh, he's going back to these inside jokes again.
No, see,
No.
look, I don't eat anything that inks. I don't eat octopus. I don't eat pens. I don't eat I don't eat printer cartridges. Like, I don't want anything inkable, right?
I can't do it either. Don't feel bad.
Look, 2022, bottom line, 2022 is going to be a badass year.
It
I
is.
think we can take it back to the basics, run from what we know, and literally just keep pushing until everybody's positive.
Well,
I mean, it sounds, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
care
2022
like.
is a big year for us and for people that we're going to get involved with and events that we're going to be doing and all kinds of stuff. So,
well, and let's be honest. It's not just okay. It's not just about, you know. I'm trying to word my words very carefully for what I'm about to say because I already get in enough trouble as it is. it's not just about those that do it right. Well, we don't say it's Icey-Tek for those who do it right. It's for those who get it.
Sure.
And getting it also means sometimes you got to call out the people that aren't doing it right.
I'll do it,
And
but
I'm a little bit of an instigator. Maybe just a little bit.
better you than me.
Well,
I mean, we already kind of pissed in the fire last week.
Well,
Some things.
people will see for sure with the product highlights and the testing stuff, because that's on a whole separate platform.
Yeah.
I will absolutely show you the best stuff that we can find.
Well, that'll be on this platform.
It will, but I mean, a lot on TikTok and stuff like that, or YouTube or something, where you can do, we can do a longer video and stuff.
Yeah.
Now the events, I mean, everything will be, everybody here will get to know about everything, but there will definitely be some behind the scenes stuff that you can find on the website. Going that route, that we could say a few more things, be a little more transparent, I guess would be the best way to say that.
Let's give it a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Couple
Well,
weeks.
yeah.
There'll be some new stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it
Just
at that.
be ready.
Shenanigans.
Or don't. But yeah, I mean, it's coming regardless. It'll.
There's a reason to stay tuned. But in any case, we're going to start bringing on guests again.
Yep.
And I don't believe we're going to be taking seasonal breaks anymore. That was a dumb move. But it's all ironed out.
Easy, Justin.
What's he doing? What? Which comment?
Do you know about that yet?
No.
Nice. So for the folks at home, you can ask my wife. You can
is
ask
there an
anybody.
A supposed to be on the end of that?
I am terrible at giving everyone the same information or any information, but I'll tell you after the show.
Okay.
It'll be
I
fun
think there's
stuff.
an A missing in there. G-A.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
Now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know. But I don't know. Anyways, live from
Yeah.
West Tennessee, I'm Patrick.
Will.
I'm Nick.
And we are back to the lodge. We'll see you next Monday.
Cause I'm a stone cold.
Hey everybody, Nick here from Back to the Lodge. Catch us every Monday evening at 7 p.m. Central. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, so you don't want to miss it. And while you're at it, like, comment, and subscribe on whatever platform you got us on. We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you when we head back to the Lodge.
Where I come from, y'all sing along about living in a badass country song.